Tracking Fiona. The tropical storm turning into a hurricane over the weekend. Final farewell. A funeral today for Britain's Queen Elizabeth. And slow start.
The Dolphins and the Ravens, and away we go from
The Dolphins try to overcome a first half full of mistakes. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Julian Davis.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Today is Monday, September 19th, 2022.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Second strike. Hurricane Fiona making landfall in the Dominican Republic after causing major damage in Puerto Rico. A storm is still brewing in the Atlantic after Hurricane Fiona knocks out power across Puerto Rico and makes its way to Dominican Republic.
It was around 5 years ago when Hurricane Maria devastated the island's power grid. Fiona is now the third hurricane of this year's hurricane season.
She was a year without power after Hurricane Maria.
Southeast of Puerto Rico in the capital, Guadalupe, flooding killed at least one person on Saturday. According to the main supplier of power, it could take days for power to be fully restored to the island.
Thousands are mourning in United Kingdom as the longest reigning British monarch is laid to rest today. The funeral for Queen Elizabeth II is underway, and people are flooding the streets to get a final glimpse of the monarch. Hundreds of world leaders, including President Biden, are in attendance today at the funeral, alongside the royal family. King Charles III paid tribute to his mother by laying a handwritten card on her coffin following the service. The Queen will be taken to Windsor Castle, where she will be buried next to her husband of 73 years, Prince Philip.
Closer to home, a special service for a man who had a big impact on more than just sports. The network's Halia Smith was at Friday's memorial for Dolphins Senior Vice President Jason Jenkins.
On Friday, Jason Jenkins was celebrated at Florida Memorial University, where he was an active member in the community and named a leader, legend, mentor. On Friday, Jason Jenkins was celebrated at Florida Memorial University, where he was an active member in the community and named a leader, legend, mentor, and stand-up man right here in South Florida.
Blessed to get to know Jason on a deeper level as he built relationships throughout our community, and in particular the business community. And for that, the work that he did to ensure that the black business community had a seat at the table.
Jason Jenkins helped raise millions of dollars in scholarships as a host of the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence Foundation's annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Breakfast, and was a peddler of hope for at-risk boys. Jenkins used his bully pulpit to endorse the role models through the media and public appearances.
He's the kind of guy that looks around the room and looks for someone to just connect with and makes that person feel like that person is the center of all the attention.
This is a man of no pretense, was a man of no pretense. He was a man of purpose. He was intentional with everything that he'd done. This man served over 100 meals during the pandemic and kept restaurants afloat.
Every time I saw Jason at an event, he always showed a lot of love. He always made sure that I was on track with what I was doing, and he made sure that I was having an impact in my community just as much as he did.
The community will continue to celebrate Jenkins and all that he has done for South Florida. In Miami Gardens, I'm Halia Smith, South Florida Media Network.
Today, the Dolphins are still wondering how they were able to come back from trailing 21 points against Baltimore Ravens, in which fans are calling the Dolphins' best performance since Dan Marino. The game started rough for the Fins, and the very first play was a 103-yard touchdown return from the Ravens. It just kept getting worse, but the Dolphins were able to push through their adversity with 28 fourth-quarter points.
Hey, Hey, you guys keep proving me right. This is a special crew. And if that doesn't give you an example of what we mean by adversity as an opportunity, how great does this feel? And it felt like okay? And that's the point, that we should never around again with hanging our heads and whoa. It is what it is. It's just a bigger celebration when you come through. This is why, let's learn from this. This is special, enjoy it tonight. But that's why we never, ever hang our head on this football field, okay? Not with the crew we got.
The final score was Dolphins 42, Ravens 38. The Dolphins face divisional rivals, the Buffalo Bills, here at home next Sunday at 1 p.m.
Former President Trump is waking up in South Florida this morning after returning to his Mar-a-Lago home for the first time since the FBI search of the home. Dozens of the former president's supporters gathered on the bridge on Southern Boulevard, waving flags and cheering him on as he arrived last night. The former president posted on social media a brief paragraph claiming that he'd finally be able to see the damage done to his house. He also claimed that the entire situation was a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights and invasion of privacy. His arrival took place after federal judge Raymond Dearie of the Eastern District of New York was appointed special master of the case. Judge Dearie is tasked with reviewing 100 class office documents and present any evidence of whether executive privilege was involved.
Satisfaction this morning for the organizers of the annual 8th Street Festival. Reporter Victoria Duran from our DC Bureau was on site in Washington to give us a peek into the event.
With an anticipated attendance of nearly 150,000 people, the annual 8th Street Festival is finally here again. This event started nearly 12 years ago and is one of Washington, D.C.'s most anticipated and highly attended single-day festivals.
You don't get a chance nowadays to be out in the community, so for this event to occur, it's needed.
The festival is 11 blocks long and has 14 staging areas, showcasing quite a variety. Music's of different genres, dancing, arts, poetry, and much more.
So it's really cool to see the diversity, but at the same time it does create a sense of unity, which I really appreciate, and getting just to see and experience a bunch of different new things all in one little bubble.
The 8th Street Festival has been integral in lowering commercial building vacancy rates on the 8th Street corridor from 75% to under 5%. The festival has allowed this historic neighborhood to come back to life after years of neglect.
I'm just amazed at how the unity, how folks are coming together to support small businesses. So to come back out here means a lot, just to see folks out here, not only just being together, but being able to spend during the tough times means a lot to us business owners.
This event has become a staple that residents look forward to each year. Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, I'm Victoria Duran.
The Marlins looking for a win before heading back home.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Well, I drove actually 2 hours away. It was my first time being here, and since it was also free, I figured I'd come.
A new exhibit in South Florida for children who are hungry for knowledge. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fort Lauderdale's Museum of Discovery and Science is taking a family focus this morning after launching a new Kid Family exhibit. It's based on the author of the popular children's book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
The network's Alexandra Howard was at the museum for Saturday's opening day.
It's a very exciting day here at the Museum of Discovery and Science as children and their families gather to see the colorful world of very Eric Carle.
Eager to enter the museum, families were greeted by the museum's president who expressed his excitement and the interactive ways this exhibit will inspire and delight children.
You literally can weave a web with the spider. You can make music with the fireflies. And of course, you can go fast or slow and eat all kinds of imaginary things. And then create your own pieces of art. In this space behind me, children have created beautiful collages with our program staff, on their own, with their families, and then they're displayed here at the museum.
Along with the collages, children were able to play with fun elements of the exhibit, and their parents said their reasons for visiting Very Eric Carle.
Well, I drove actually 2 hours away. It was my first time being here, and since it was also free, I figured I'd come and check it out and then so the kids can have some fun.
It's very fun and interactive, so whether you're a kid or a kid at heart, this exhibit is sure to inspire you with its many themes and artwork. So make sure to come down and visit until it closes on January 9th. I'm Alexandra Howard reporting for South Florida Media Network.
The Dolphins weren't the only Miami team with a victory this Sunday. The Marlins also found a win against the Washington Nationals on the road. The Fish were able to keep control of the game, never giving up their lead, keeping the Nationals from scoring only 1 run. The final score was Marlins 3, Nationals 1. The Marlins play the Chicago Cubs tonight here at home at 6:40 p.m.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
And I'm Julian Davis. Get more news anytime at sfm.fiu.edu.